What's up YouTube? I'm the Merc Plays and welcome to my channel. Today we got a doozy of a video. We just got done watching the Xbox showcase and man was it good. I'm being joined by Crash Tester 99.
What's up?
Crash, we just saw a fantastic showcase. Xbox really, in my opinion, really knocked it out of the park with this showcase, man. We got a lot of games to talk about. Just to jump in straight away, Doom, the Dark Ages, man.
I'm excited for Doom Dark Ages. Out of all the FPSs I've played, Doom is by far the most fun I've ever played, and just the new stuff that's going to be in the Dark Ages, the new look he's got, which is even more badass than it was in Eternal. I'm excited.
Yeah, from his new shield that he has, that he was actually rev it up. He revved it up and then just tossed it or threw it. Freaking just killed a bunch of enemies, man. That was so sick to see. And the combo of just having a shield and a shotgun, like, bruh. Like, I am not a Doom fan, but seeing this for sure, I was like, I'm definitely going to be playing this one. Before we got Doom though, we saw Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and man, that's another one that I'm super excited for. Black Ops has been one of my favorite series of the Call of Duty franchise. I absolutely loved, I believe my favorite one was Black Ops, the first one. It was one of my favorite Call of Duties that I ever played. To have them go back kind of to their roots and kind of, you know, set their eyes more into campaign and improve the multiplayer side is something that I really wish they would have done a long time ago. You know, we were getting Call of Duties every other year, like back and forth, back to back, and it kind of loses that luster of you know, new game features and shit like that.
It looked really good. I'm not excited for it. I've got burned out with Call of Duty, you know, with all the releases that they kept releasing.
Right.
But for, you know, for fans who are just like, you know, still sticking with it and still playing it and whatnot, you know, I'm glad they're getting something new and something that's pushing the boundaries,
right,
of the genre.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking that one up. And the fact that it's going to be on Game Pass day one is a big deal for anyone. Like, this is probably going to be the biggest Call of Duty release in years. In no particular order here, I have a list of games I just want to talk about, man. Dragon Age Veilguard. Now, I'm a little 50-50 on this one. I'm excited, but I'm not that excited because I've been a big fan of the Dragon Age series for a very long time. I've played all of them more than, you know, probably 10 times each. I was not expecting this type of I want to say art form or art style, you can call it animation that they used.
The art style.
It kind of threw me off. I feel like this is they're going a different direction, and we have to also keep in mind this is a brand new BioWare. This is not the OGs of the good old days. This is a brand new team. So I am excited to see the possibilities that this game is going to offer us, but I'm also very cautious because this isn't going, like, my bar is very high, right? Because Inquisition was one of my favorites, and now we're, in my opinion, kind of taking like a not so much downgrading, but we're going down and then right. You know what I mean? Like, we're turning right, and it's like, okay, now where are we going with this? But it is Dragon Age. I'm still going to play it, and I'm hoping that with future gameplay videos to kind of learn more and see actual gameplay, might change my mind on that. But like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know what to think. I'm happy, but I'm not happy. I don't know how to explain it. What are your thoughts on the Dragon Age, man?
The art style for the trailer that we saw, it kind of threw me off as well, because it felt very, very cartoony. It didn't have like the same feel as the previous games.
Right.
The previous games, you got that, you know, that dark and gritty feel, where this game, there was a little bit of that, but it was overshadowed by the cartooniness that I felt. I do want to see gameplay, because that will determine whether or not I'm going to play this. I hope it's good. I hope they knock it out of the park. But I'm with you. I'm 50-50 on that. I'm not sure.
The next game I want to talk about, man, is Fable. Now, Fable is a huge brand. Like, the name Fable is huge, and it's a big Xbox game with a large history and a large community behind it. I can't say I'm too excited for this one. I have played Fable before, but this one just feels a little off for me, mainly because of visuals, and I, to be honest, don't really click with the main protagonist. They could have done a lot better to show off a new hero if that's what they're doing. But the one thing I will say I'm excited for is that they're keeping that quirkiness that the game has. You know, they kind of like to push the boundaries of being really funny and kind of fucked up in some way, and you know, like kicking the chickens and stuff like that. I love the comedy behind Fable, and that's great that it hasn't lost that yet. What do you think of Fable, man? Are you excited for it?
I cannot say that I am excited for it. I have never played the Fable games before. So I'm not really a big fan. But I'm excited for everybody who is a fan, and that they're getting a new Fable game that they've been waiting many years for.
Right. We got to see South of Midnight. Now, this one was really cool. I absolutely love this art style that they're doing. It's got that, you know, Louisiana bayou type of feel to it, and one of the most impressive things was the art style, the creatures. I mean, she's literally riding a fish, man. Like a really cool looking fish the size of a bus, and then you come across this gigantic alligator island, which is like, what is this world? Like, what are they doing here? What are we doing here? You know, and the combat actually looked great, and you could kind of understand how the game is going to be played. You're going to be going around this, you know, bayou or swampland to kind of just, you know, repair it from, you know, whatever evil is causing this type of poison around the world. And you see her purifying an area after she kills a boss type thing, which was pretty cool to see. And the combat looked great. The grapple and the flying around and the gliding looked really cool, man. What did you think of South of Midnight?
It looked pretty interesting. You don't see very many games that have the Louisiana Bayou as a setting,
right?
You know, and the art style is, I like the art style. The combat looks pretty good. The traversal looks good. I want to see more. I want to see more of this.
Yeah, I think it's a great new IP from Xbox. I think they're doing a good job with it, and I can't wait to see more. For real, this actually sounds interesting. I actually will want to get my hands on this one. And again, most of these games are going to be coming to Game Pass day one. So again, Game Pass is kind of the main focal point for the whole entire showcase. Is like almost every game was like day one. So I'm excited to have Game Pass in order to play this game and others. So moving on from there, possibly the most disturbing cinematic I've seen in history. I actually had to prepare myself for it as soon as I knew what I was going to watch. We got to see Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred cinematic for the first time, and man, was it gory. Of course, I knew what I was going to see, so I had to, you know, warn everyone else in the room, so we were all prepared for it. and they did not disappoint, man. What did you think of this cinematic trailer of Diablo?
Oh man, that was just I have no words to describe what I saw in that cinematic.
By the way, if I'm playing anything in the background, I'm going to leave the gory stuff out. So if you guys want to check that out in your own discretion, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. It seemed like it was a lot of unnecessary gore. Like, I don't know, man. I don't have the words to describe.
Funny, I actually got to see, and this is like a quick side thing here. I got to see the IGN interview with the one of the creative directors of Diablo that mentioned that trailer was the downgraded version of the trailer that they were going to release. So imagine that one.
No, thank you.
So the trailer was out there, but everything else that is going to come out in this expansion, which by the way comes out in October, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it because we're going to see a brand new land, more like jungle themed area. Not to mention we're going to get a new playable character, which I believe it's called the what, Crash?
Spiritborn, I think is what it's called.
Spiritborn, yeah, that's right. We don't know what he does yet or what the character in general does. We have an idea, kind of, but we haven't seen any gameplay yet. We don't know much. They will eventually release something, they said, at some later point. But I've been having so much fun playing Season 4, and the new loot system is really good. If you guys haven't gone back to play Diablo, I recommend it. It's actually pretty cool. And apparently you can get a free pet right now if you log in at some certain point. You'll have a beautiful pet waiting for you to collect all your gold and materials, so don't miss out on that. And apparently they're giving us free stuff this week through June 6th to the 20th or 17th, so grab your free stuff now. If you're seeing this video later, sorry you missed out, but I'm pretty sure you can still get the pet. Anyways, I'm excited for it. Crash, what are your thoughts on this new expansion?
Yeah, I'm excited for the expansion overall. I'm excited to see what the new class that we're getting offers and brings to the table, and see where the story goes. You know, because the base story left us with kind of a cliffhanger, and so it'll be nice to see where that takes.
Yeah, where that takes us. Yeah. Speaking of some cool trailers here, man. One that I don't have any history with, but I heard good things, and that is Perfect Dark. Now, when I used to work at GameStop, I remember people telling me to try out the game, the Perfect Dark game. It's actually really cool. I never did. I regret never doing it. I mean, it's never too late to go back, right? But there's a huge fan base for this game, and I can see why. Like, the trailer that we got just had this, chick like airdrop into this gorgeous like metropolis city and just start doing spy stuff. Like is this what the game is about? And like, she had gadgets to hear conversations, to record voices. There was some cool stuff that they showed, like the combat looked cool. You know how you knock out enemies. There was parkour in there, bullet time, like a bunch of cool stuff, man. I'm excited to see this game and hopefully become a fan myself whenever the game comes out. I do want to see more gameplay though. I want to see more of that spy stuff to kind of get a better idea of what I'm getting myself into. But what did you think of Perfect Dark, and did you play it before, man?
I have never played any of the Perfect Dark games. I never even heard about them until the one they showed us during the Xbox showcase. I had no idea that was a previous series that had been made, so it's all new to me. I will say the trailer looked good. The gunplay and the combat looked good. Doing like all this stealth stuff looks pretty cool.
Right.
I know there's lots of people who don't really vibe with stealth in games,
Mm-hmm.
and would just rather go in guns blazing. And if if they do give you that option in the game, that'll be cool. You know, give players options. But yeah, it looked interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying that one out because I want to see what's the hype about. So that one looked great. Good job for everybody who made that game. I know that it's been in development hell for quite a bit. It kind of changed hands more than like 4 or 5 times. So to see it actually put together and you know, a group that's focused now on the same goal, I think it's a great thing for any game. So hopefully it becomes a great game. I'm really hoping that it does. Now, moving on, one of my personal favorites, and I know where your stance is on this one, Crash, but I'm excited to play State of Decay 3. Now, I absolutely love the State of Decay series. The whole idea of permadeath and like having to, you know, find resources and food for your community and try to put a community together and try to survive as long as you can, and everything about State of Decay I absolutely love. I love the survival element as well in those games. So having a brand new State of Decay with updated everything, they showed little clips, like little bits like of like the characters shooting in gameplay. It looked really good, and I love everything about it, and I hope we see more gameplay of it soon because I want to play it. Now, we didn't really get a year of release date for this one. I'm going to assume maybe next year, but overall, State of Decay 3 looked really good. What do you think of that, man?
Yeah, it looked good. That's another one of them that I tried to play it. I tried to play the first two, but I couldn't get into them. There was just way too much back and forth.
Right.
And it became monotonous and tedious. And I didn't have any fun with it, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move on.
Right.
But I will say it does look good. I hope it's not as monotonous and tedious as the previous ones, doing a lot of back and forth, you know, going out, grabbing stuff, going back, dropping off, going out, grabbing stuff.
It's definitely better if you play with friends. I'm going to say that right now. I think that game was tailored for a group of people to play together. Because I understand what you're saying about the back and forth, and I do get that frustration part. It makes sense. And you're perfectly entitled to say that, because I too have felt that you know, like, okay, now I gotta go back out there and I gotta go do this, and I get it, but I can just picture playing with like a squad and everybody's like doing something to kind of get the community back to being happy with resources and stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking it out, and I hope they fix a lot of the stuff that people didn't like of the second one to kind of, you know, get more people to play the game. So anyways, moving from there, man, we got to see Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, right off the bat, let me just say Troy Baker is doing a phenomenal job playing and doing the voice of Indiana Jones. He sounds exactly like Harrison Ford. I was blown away from all the voice that he was doing there. I was not picturing Troy Baker talking. I was seeing Indy talking, and it, to me, that's one of the biggest things. If you're going to take a fan favorite, you know, hero and go, this is a game about him, you gotta get his voice right, and they did. I'm very happy with what they're doing. I was not at beginning. I'll say it. I wasn't happy with the first person camera thing. But I can get behind it now. Like I can see what they were trying to do, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I want to be Indy. You know, why not? But you know, cutscenes and you know, you swinging around and climbing stuff goes to third person. You know, it's a little bit for everyone there. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up for sure. I believe Machine Gun Games makes it. So definitely going to be some good gunplay in there. What did you think of the Indiana Jones, man?
It looked good. I honestly, I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. It's one of those things where it's up in the air because there's so much other stuff coming out that I want to play first.
Right.
But if I ever get the chance to to sit down and play it, I probably will. But it looked good. They knocked it out of the park. It felt and looked like an Indiana Jones.
It almost felt like a movie while you're watching, just like a scene of a movie, of one of his movies. And that's kind of where I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is really, really great. So yeah, I'm excited to see that one and play it. And for my game, and I know you got some games you want to talk about, so give me a second, Crash. Gears of War E-Day. Now, I was not expecting this. I guess in the back of my head, I was like, there will be another Gears, and I was expecting Gears of War 6, but that's not the case. Like they're like, you know what? We're going back to the beginning and even further into the beginning. We're going to E-Day, the day that aliens or whatever the hell they are came out of nowhere. So it's like, that is a big moment in Gears history, right? Where you're going to finally see how the collapse, of humanity started to go down from these creatures or aliens coming out of the ground. What do you think, man? Like,
I'm actually excited for Gears of War E-Day to go back to the beginning and see everything that happens when the locusts come to the surface and just start just an all-out war with humanity. I'm just because we've only ever heard about it
right
in the original trilogy. We never got to see anything, and now that we're going back and we're gonna discover everything that happened, it's exciting.
Marcus Phoenix, like young Marcus Phoenix. So I'm excited to see it, man. I think it's gonna be great. I honestly think it's gonna be great, and I can't wait to play it and get my hands on it. That's another one that we didn't get a release date or a year, so I'm pretty sure they're in early development on that one. Definitely going to be on Game Pass for sure day one, so look forward to that one. Do you have any games you want to talk about, man?
I got a couple here. The first one is Expedition 33. It's a turn-based strategy game,
right?
But it seems like it takes it in like a new direction. It looked very, very different from like a traditional turn-based game.
It was more cinematic. Like every attack was like you were actually attacking yourself. Like it was very impressive looking in the combat sense, and I actually quite enjoyed that one too. I was very impressed with the art style and the way combat felt. So it's definitely one I'm gonna check out myself too. But
yeah, because I'm not a big turn-based fan,
right?
But seeing the combat and whatnot, it got me like, oh man, this looks like I could have fun with it. And like just the story that they showed and the music that was playing, I got like Final Fantasy and Nier vibes from it, and I'm like, oh man, this could be good,
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna check that one out, man. I think it's gonna be great. What was the other one you want to talk about?
So another one is Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. This is made by the same developers that made the game Ashen, if you remember when we played that.
Right.
I'm excited for this one because Ashen was such a good game and they did a good job with it. And seeing the gameplay from this one, it's got that Souls vibe to it. Definitely some Souls inspiration.
Yeah, they did say Soul Light on there.
Big bosses to fight, lots to explore. Traversal looks fun. Story looks like it's going to be good. It just looks really, really good.
It looks like your companion is going to be playing a big part in combat as well.
And then the last one is Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. and that looks like another Souls-inspired game from the little bit of gameplay that we saw. It looked really good, but also it looked very beautiful with the scenery and the art style that they chose for it.
Yeah, it's another one you're looking forward to, huh? Any Souls like, you're on board.
Basically, I can't get enough of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Again, it was a very, very good, very strong showcase that Xbox showed. Very impressed with their lineup. I think, you know, for anybody who's worried about, you know, Xbox, you know, like, oh, they're going a different direction, do not worry. They got you covered. They have a plethora of games that are coming out, and I'm on board, man. Like, I'm not a big Xbox person. I have an Xbox and I do play Xbox games, but I'm not primarily an Xbox person. But I will definitely be jumping on to play all of these games. Then they looked fantastic, and I'm glad that they are opening up their portfolio into other, you know, more brand new IPs and bringing some of their best IPs that they have back to life, you know, like Fable and Gears, all that stuff. It's great for the brand, and I think they're going to be very successful in that. So I give this showcase literally a 10 out of 10, because it was like a hit after hit after hit. Every single trailer that they were dropping, I was just like, wow, great. So I'll be giving this showcase a 10 out of 10 for sure. What's your rating, Crash?
Yeah, I agree with that. 10 out of 10. Xbox knocked it out of the ballpark with this showcase.
Yep.
Just overall, everything was good.
I give applause to Phil Spencer for all his hard work and everything. And of course, you know, with everything that's happened with layoffs and stuff, it feels good to kind of, you know, show that other developers under Xbox are still working hard for the player and the communities that love those games. So it's good to see, and I'm happy with what they showed, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, I guess that's it, man. I'm actually looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Again, Crash, thanks so much for stopping by, man.
Yep.
And for you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and always remember to level up in game and in real life. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Well, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comments below. And always remember to level up in game and in real life. We'll see you guys soon.